So we just finished up planting for the year 2020, and it's time to put all the equipment away, put it all into storage, which means this 4960 and all the tillage equipment and along with a few other pieces have to go into storage, which means I have to drive them over. So let's get started. For those of you that don't know, this is the infamous 4960. We just purchased this spring. It's been really good to us. It has a brand new motor, brand new transmission, full LED light kit, mirrors, brand new rims and tires. They put a bigger size tire on this thing. It's a little too big. It barely fits in between the cab and the tire, but luckily it does fit, works well. Same with the 3-point hitch. It just misses. I know it doesn't look like it, but it just misses. It's been shimmed so it doesn't move back and forth. But yeah, it's been a great tractor for us so far this spring, and it's time to put her away until we need her again. It's a little toasty in here. Let's go for a start. Runs like a charm. For some of you that don't know, this is actually my full-time job. We run a dairy farm of about 90 head, and then we have about, well, it's kind of tough. It's between my dad, me, my uncles. We run about 1,500 acres, but between just me and my dad, we run about 750, 800 acres. And yeah, it's a smaller dairy up in this area. I guess we're a little bit bigger than average, but not much. We do run a fair bit more acres than most dairy guys, but yeah, that's what keeps us busy so much in the early spring and late fall, and that's part of the reason I haven't been posting much with classic cars. But now that planting season is in and we're done, I hopefully can get back to classic cars. All of our land around here is owned. We don't really rent anything, and that's just because most of the land in this area is about $350 an acre, which doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of farmers. So we'd rather just run the land that we own and then just keep going from there. If land prices did decide to go down, then I'm sure we would rent some more acreage. But yeah, most of the equipment we run, well, all of the equipment we run is owned by us. We run basically everything. We don't have anything custom done, except sometimes we'll have a custom sprayer come in and spray the fields, but we do have a sprayer. Most of the equipment is privately owned between my dad and my uncle, but we're starting to split that up now. So my uncle's starting to buy his own farm equipment and we're starting to buy our own. We're pretty much fully separated except for our John Deere harvester, self-propelled harvester, and our combine. Other than that, oh, and the manure spreader. Other than that, everything is separately owned, and I think we're going to even go further than that in the coming years. I'm sure we'll buy our own combines, spreaders, and harvesters eventually. But for right now, it makes sense to split everything between both of us. Okay, so it's time to get this tractor and the cultivator and the packer into the shed, but we got a bit of an issue. My 68 Mustang is in the way, which I have not done a video on yet, which I feel very bad about. I will get to that very soon. It is very dusty because it has been sitting here for quite a while. I have not had time, and the weather, every time I did have time, the weather was not cooperating. So I will eventually make a video on this thing, hopefully within this week. But for right now, I just need to get it out of the way. But I have a feeling that the battery is dead. So I'm gonna have to push. Yeah, she's looking dead. Yeah. Guess we're pushing. Well, Mustang's pushed out of the way, right beside the Thunderbird. Nice little combo. I like that. I like that. All right, time to back this big bad boy into here, which is not fun because it's got a double pivot, so it does not back up very nicely. I think I'm gonna put the packer there, and then I might put the cultivator in the shed over there. Alright, packer's put away, cultivator is also put away. It's time to go get the disc. I am sweating like nothing else. It is 31 degrees out with a 90% humidity, so it is just boiling. But yeah, we're gonna come back with the disc. The Mustang is sitting pretty. So is the Thunderbird. I think I'm gonna do a review today. If I get everything done, I will do a review today on that thing. Disc is hooked up, everything's ready to go. It's looking like we might get some rain, but it's kind of splitting up. Hope we don't get rain because the Mustang is still sitting outside. All right, everything's put away. The packer's put away. You just gotta put the tractor away. I changed out the battery in the Mustang here, so she is ready to be driven. I'm going to take her just down the laneway here. I got a little bit of a hose. I can spray her off, give her a nice bath, and show you a little bit more about my Mustang. It's not in perfect shape, but I'd say it's in pretty good shape for the price I paid. I know it's a straight six, it's not a V8, but and the wheels aren't great. But up here in Ontario, these cars are getting very hard to find and are very, very expensive. So let's see if she wants to start up. Nice and quiet. Aftermarket radio. Let's give her a little rinse. It's funny, I was looking back on my Facebook memories, and 5 years ago today, I bought my first 1967 Mustang. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know it's the baby blue one. That's kind of what got me into classic cars. So yeah, it's cool. 5 years exactly today, I had basically the same car. Hopefully the windows are closed. Man, I love the look of these cars. They just have all the right angles. Just don't look bad from any angle at all. Alright, she's all cleaned off. I gotta get a little bit better on this side. I gotta turn around the car. The hose just isn't long enough. But yeah, here's my 68 Mustang. There's a few things wrong with her. She's not perfect. Some of you guys from my Instagram have pointed out it's actually got a 67 hood that doesn't line up quite perfectly. The bylines aren't perfect on it. They're not bad, but this side especially, you can see there's too much of a gap up there. And then it doesn't sit right at the back. It sits up a little too high. Again, it's not in perfect shape, but it's got the straight six in it, 200 CI. It's been rebuilt. It's got a new starter. That's the battery I just put in it. Yeah, it has power steering, which is nice. Overall, the body condition isn't bad. There has been some floor work done to it, but not too much. There's a little bit of a paint issue at the back here. It's starting to flake, starting to peel, so that's gonna have to be dealt with eventually, but it's not terrible. There's still a little bit of bird shit and whatnot, but I have to turn around the car to get that. All right, let's get her started up. Roll this window down. It's getting a little hot in here. But it has a whole new sound system put in, obviously aftermarket. Put speakers in the back. Overall condition of the interior is pretty good. Seats are in pretty good shape. It's a little dirty, but I haven't had time to really clean it up yet. He taped the top of the ceiling here with tape. So that needs to be glued in place because that's not obviously proper. The transmission takes a little bit for it to get into gear, but once it kicks into gear, it's fine. Brakes are great. Oh, it just brings back so many memories to be driving something like this. My wife, but girlfriend at the time, I bought that 67 when I was 18, and I sold it just because it was just kind of wanted to make money on it, whatnot, and I knew I had to kind of progress in life, so I decided to let it go. But ever since, I've really missed that car because that one was all original floors. I had a new paint job, but the floors were completely solid. It was in great running and driving condition, and we drove it for the summer, and we took it to car shows and made so many memories with that thing. So to have another 60s era Mustang just makes me smile being in it. Another thing I realized is my speedometer. I'm not entirely sure if it's accurate. I feel like it's a little bit on the slow side. I don't feel like we're doing 20K. I feel like we're maybe going a little faster. Fuel gauge works. Pretty sure the temp gauge works. Not 100% sure. I hope it works. Alternator works. All the lights work. But yeah. I'm pretty sure the window wipers do work. I can't remember which one. Oh, here. Yeah, it's got brand new window wipers, so cleans up nice. Man, just cruising in a car like this just makes you feel so good. Anyways, this is my 1968 Mustang, guys. If you want to see more, if you got any more questions about it, let me know. I think I'm gonna just take it out for a joyride. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate the support that I've been getting lately, and I'll try and keep making videos for you guys. Have a good one.